Now, this might just be a case of coming on a little strong, because you go out on those first handful of dates, you can say things that maybe creep a person out. It happens. This is maybe one of those.
I don't think it happens as frequent.
I know. I love you. Let's have babies.
Okay,
Let's get married.
slow down a little.
You're my everything. Is this one of those?
It's group therapy on the Y94 Morning Playhouse.
Today in the Y94 Morning Playhouse is group therapy. We got Tina wondering if she maybe just did something oopsie, or if this was a major red flag. Kind of lay it out, Tina.
So I really believe in soulmates. Like I feel like that's a thing. And I've been dating this guy for about 9 months now, and I feel like he's the one. So the other night I got a little sensitive, and, you know, we're hanging out, and I said, I think you're my soulmate. And he turned and looked at me and dropped this bomb that my heart wasn't ready to handle. He's just like, I don't believe in that. So I don't know, like, am I being overly sensitive, or is this a red flag? I just need the audience to help me navigate what's going on with this, because I didn't see that coming.
You know what? I already want to go ahead and change my vote, because when you told us that you wanted to do this, you said you've dated him very briefly. 9 months is already longer than I assumed you were haven't gone out. I'm not sure that's the craziest thing. That is a weird thing for him to say.
That he doesn't believe in soulmates?
Like, granted, 9 months is maybe a little quick to be thrown out the word soulmate, but like, hey, listen, I think you're my soulmate. I don't believe in that. That is a weird thing to say. I don't disagree.
So I'm going to look at it two ways. First off, you just declared you love this guy so much and that he is your soulmate, and he just pooped all over you.
Yeah.
He didn't say, like, you're my soulmate as well or anything. Like, that would hurt me back, because it's like when you say I love you and the person doesn't say I love you back.
Yeah, the same.
So that's
really,
a stab in the heart. But also, not believing in soulmates, I think this can be a deal breaker. You clearly do. That's something important to you. He doesn't. I don't think it's going to work out.
That maybe single-handedly just torpedoed the whole thing. We'll see if anybody thinks differently, but I think I might be with Amy on this one, but maybe there's people that see an out here, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, well, sad. She's already about to cry.
I know, I feel so bad for her. That's why, like, first off, it's not wild that he doesn't believe in soulmates. Yes, there can be people. You can believe in whatever you want. But for him to just not say it, like, if I did, I do think you would be mine. But he said, like, I don't even believe in it.
Now, he also didn't say, I'd like to break up with you, or I don't care for you in that way, or my real soulmate's still out there, right? That, like, it's not, well, I don't think you're my soulmate. That's a lot different than I don't believe in that. We'll give him that much.
Wouldn't you want him to say something, though? Like, yes, but I really I'm so happy you're in my life.
Yeah, what would you make of this if you were Tina? Would you think this relationship is doomed, or is this a major red flag, or is she just being a little sensitive about it, perhaps? Call or text 237 hits. Already some people kind of saying both, actually.
As someone said, I think you're being too sensitive. However, just because he doesn't believe in it doesn't mean it isn't real. And someone else said, yeah, I could see this being a deal breaker. This is something you really want, and he doesn't believe in it.
Good morning.
It is a red flag. It is a red flag. And not that he has to say it in those direct terms, like soulmate, like you're my soulmate, but for someone not to feel that next level of connection with somebody and to be aware of it is that's the red flag. It's not the labeling, it's what it represents. And if he doesn't feel it or sense it or vibe it, he's out.
All right.
That's what I was saying. He could have said something back. Maybe soulmate isn't the term he wanted to use. I agree with that so much.
Yeah, I mean, if he truly just doesn't believe in this, that doesn't necessarily say anything about your relationship. If he's never felt that way, like, I just have never believed in that. Like, that's very different.
But still, if that's something, because she believes in it, and she's like, you're my soulmate. You're my one true love. And he's like, that's not real.
Why does that seem like you're coming on more strong than just like the L word?
Saying you're my soulmate?
There'll be nobody else ever for me. We were destined to be together. Our souls are intertwined for eternity. Yeah, that's a lot.
But this is something she believes in, probably feels so strong about it. And he's just like, yeah, no, it's not a thing. He could have still said, like, yeah, you mean so much to me and I want to spend my life with you.
Is this thing over? Is that a major red flag? Is there an out here for her? How would you move forward after saying that to somebody and then be like, oh, yeah, I don't believe in that. Sorry. Call or text 237-HITS.
This is the Y94 Morning Playhouse with Zero and Amy K on Y94. Chime in now. It's group therapy on the Y94 Morning Playhouse.
In group therapy today in the Y94 Playhouse, been visiting with Tina, who you can tell is just heartbroken because she dropped a bomb, man. She dropped it's the only way to put it, really.
She said he was her soulmate.
Now, they've been seeing each other about 9 months, and she's like, I gotta tell you something. You are my soulmate. And he goes, well, I really don't believe in that. And that's just kind of like bait in the air ever since.
That's like putting all your feelings out there on the line. Like, you are my soulmate. You are the one I'm meant to be with.
So is this a red flag? Is it a sign the relationship is over? Does she mention this again, or does she just kind of leave it hanging out there and see what happens? And if everything's just fine moving forward, we're all over the place in feedback for her.
Yeah, someone said he clearly doesn't have the communication skills to say how he feels. Maybe he isn't spiritual. It's the fact that he lacks abilities to elaborate. That's the red flag. Someone else said, in all fairness, a lot of people don't believe in soulmates. It's a silly concept considering we generally choose people in our geography, location. Regardless, it's a red flag that was his response after you told him you loved him. He could have easily said that he loved you too and saved the soulmate option for a later time. Red flag, it's that he doesn't feel the same way as you. Someone said, whether you truly think you're meant to be together or not, that doesn't matter. But what matters is you want to be with each other and that you're making it work. So I think you might just be overreacting a little bit. And someone else said, what does it matter if he believes in it or not? If he's choosing to spend his life with you, then literally who cares?
Playhouse, hi.
I think that's a dude thing. I don't think she should be concerned. Now, if he's saying he doesn't want to be a husband and that's what she wants, then that's different. But soulmate, everybody doesn't really talk like that or understand that, especially the male species.
Yeah, I don't disagree necessarily. Plenty of us are better at that than others. I think probably who's going to win this one was Amy, because it's fine that he said that. What was missing was that elaboration or that reassurance. Yeah. Like, well, I don't believe in that. Here's why I think you're awesome, or here's where I am.
I still enjoy you. And that's what someone else is pointing out in the text club. I think he handled the conversation pretty terribly. I don't think it's a deal breaker. I think it deserves another conversation before making any decisions about the relationship. Maybe he doesn't believe in one soulmate, but believes many people could be a soulmate.
Yeah.
I definitely would be a little concerned. Maybe it's not a deal breaker, but yeah, I would definitely be keeping my ears open to see, or, if he did or said anything else that, is a red flag. Because, yeah, that's definitely not good. But I know sometimes people do say weird things and we take it, out of control and it's not that big of a deal. But it's definitely worrisome.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Good morning. It's Playhouse.
I guess I don't believe in soulmates either, maybe because I've never met mine. But and I've been in quite a few long-term relationships, but I don't think it's a deal breaker. She just feels differently. They have different opinions. That's all. And maybe he was kind of freaked out by her bringing it up in the first place, so he didn't say anything. He was in an awkward place. But if he still loves her and cares about her, that's all that matters, you would think.
Do you just never bring it up again? Do you just move on and never bring it up again?
Correct. That would be the proper way to probably handle it. And she can feel whatever she wants to feel. And if she feels that, terrific. But I don't believe in it either. Maybe because, like I said, maybe I've never met mine. But I just think it's such a cliche term. And it's overused, that how do people really know? Because I have friends that on social media, every year or two, they've met their new soulmate. So to me, it doesn't mean anything anymore.
How are you never going to bring it up again? Never.
I think you'd have to.
Yeah, you have to bring it up. And you know what? Let's say, okay, he doesn't consider her a soulmate, but you know what? They do end up getting married. Well, then I would consider, okay, that's your soulmate. In my vows, I would say, and I truly think you are my soulmate, even though that's something you don't believe in.
Would it be a crazy thing to be like, hey, listen, I want to just follow up on this conversation because I think it freaked you out. I said this. I do feel that way. How do you feel about me? Can you just clarify? Like, where are we?
That's what someone in the text club said. Have a follow-up conversation just to see how he feels about you. That's what I would want to know. Like, is this just like a friends with benefits type thing? Are you interested in me? What's going on?
On the bright side, though, because your whole thing, Tina, is like, is this a red flag? If all things considered, the rest of the relationship is just A-okay and just awesome. It's probably not. It seems to be what we're getting.
So it's like a yellow flag.
Yeah,
there needs
there we
to
go.
be
Love those.
more of a follow-up. How does he feel about you? That's
Yeah.
what you need to find out.
I would also like maybe keep those things on the inside, but all this alone probably isn't a deal breaker, but maybe don't be throwing out the whole soulmate thing over and over again.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, other than that, everything has been wonderful. So I'll keep those as inside thoughts going forward. Any more red flags come up, I'm going to call you back.
Yeah, and I don't think Amy's wrong either. I don't hate the idea of you just trying to have some sort of follow-up conversation, but maybe don't keep laying on thick the whole soulmate thing.
Yeah. For me personally, it would be a red flag if he told me he didn't believe in soulmates and I believed in soulmates. That would hurt me so hard.
Well, if any other red flags start piling up on the field, can you give us a call back? I'd like to know.
Thank you. I appreciate your help.
Yeah, we'll talk to you later, okay?
Here's what's coming up